Oh, God. Welcome to a special edition of the Back to the Game Sportscast. I'm your boy, Samuel Maria, and I'm a Celtics fan. Let's get into it. Okay, y'all. I'm going hands-free tonight because I think I need my hands. I can't have this mic in front of me. I'm jumping right into it. You know, I for sure thought the Celtics were going to pull game 2 out. I had no doubt in my mind they were going to do it. But not only did they not do it, but they decided to lose in the exact same way they lost game 1. And as I'm watching it unfold, as I watched the 23-point lead become a 18-point lead, become a 12-point lead, become a 5-point lead, become a 4-point lead, I could do nothing but laugh. I could do nothing but laugh at what these dudes, and I'm not going to edit this episode at all. I'm just going to upload it. And I think the maturity in fandom is that, like, you become more objective and less emotional. But I think Celtics fans, give yourself a pass on this one, because sometimes your team loses and you feel like you lost. I don't feel like that on this one. I don't feel like that at all. Those cats on the court lost. That team lost. 2 games in a row now. They go up by 20, not in the first half. That the NBA comebacks all the time. They go up by 20 in the third quarter. Lose the lead. And then can't even get up a shot to win the game. Sorry, guys, I'm beyond myself right now. All right, I'm going to talk about why I think this is the worst loss I've seen out of this iteration of the Celtics ever. Not only because it's a repetition of the last loss, not only because the Knicks are clearly skill-wise an inferior team, clearly heart-wise, no pun intended, Josh Hart, clearly effort-wise, they're just up there with the Celtics. And this is the second round now where the Celtics seem to be getting outplayed when it comes to effort. There's so much blame to go around with this one. So, and the funny thing is, I thought I was going to create this episode. I was going to talk about, the adjustments the Celtics made, how this series is back on track. They're going to win in 5 or 6. And then I was going to get into all the other amazing series that are happening in the NBA right now, where every single road team has won, where Tyrese Halliburton is suddenly Reggie Miller, where the Warriors are finding their groove and proving that the Lakers just simply choked because Minnesota's not that good. I mean, they're great. They're a good team, but... And in another series where Jokic is literally becoming Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell in a game. He's literally coaching the Nuggets, beating the best NBA team. Now I'm missing that game because I had to come on and do this. I don't know, guys. Allow me to process. But instead, I got to come do this because the Celtics want to play like straight assholes. And I don't think I'm going too far in that critique because I think they know it. So I'm going to try to make this efficient. I don't want to be on here too long. I wrote some things down during the game as it was happening because I was watching it and I was like, oh, they're gonna lose. Oh, they're losing. Oh, they lost. First of all, Joe Mazzulla. You know, he's a really smart guy. He really is. An intelligent basketball dude, but he's extremely arrogant. And sometimes that pays off. But most of the time, it doesn't. It bites you in the ass. It's clear the Celtics have no offensive sets for moments like crunch time that appeared against the Knicks. And the Knicks, because they're always in that situation and they have a player who has like literally 6 or 7 patent go-to moves in the clutch, they're practiced. So if it's a 5-point game, that's what they do. So if you're the Celtics, you got to blow them out because you clearly have no sets, no offensive sets for situational basketball. Clearly, you have no offensive sets for situational basketball. And to me, while they were last year's champion, what's going to stop them from winning a championship this year and taking that next step is that their stars have fully bought into this whole 3-ball basketball thing that Mazzulla preaches and wins a bunch of regular season games when no one's actually playing defense. But it's hurting their games because they're not developing other parts. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown don't have patent go-to mid-range post plays in the playbook for them and in their game right now. Jaylen Brown is a fumble away from every time he drives the ball. It's a miracle if he gets it up to the rim. That's what it feels like. Same deja vu with Jaylen Brown with his value over securing the ball and his hands. I don't know. It's like they're made of rock sometime. And then Jason, my roommate likes to call him Mr. Lightskin. Jason, I swear, maybe he's crazy. You guys let me know, but his rookie year, his second year, he had a really great mid-range close game. And then as this whole 3-ball thing is taking off and he's been focusing on that, it's like his entire arsenal in the mid-range is poof, gone. In the clutch, you need post work, footwork, mid-range. That's what you need because everything is focused on you. That's what Jalen Brunson does. This is why LeBron isn't clutch. I got to get into LeBron somehow because this is me. Because he doesn't have that. And neither does Jason and neither does Jalen. And now the Celtics don't even run plays for that. They have no plays. So really hope we don't run into SGA. I mean, if this team, this is how they play, I don't see them winning the finals. They were so far ahead of everybody else in the league last year. But everybody's caught up. So now you got to beat them mano a mano, round for round, punch for punch, and your players don't have the skills necessary to be able to do that. And that's on Mazzulla. I saw the back and forth he had with the reporter before this game in regards to, oh, well, if we make them, it's good. If we don't make them, it's good. These reporters don't know how to frame questions on these coaches, and these coaches always seem to come off as like, you know, they know so much more, you know, because you're over there watching the game. You're not seeing something I'm seeing. I'm watching the same game as you, but I'm watching something different. No, bro. For the entire history of basketball, and the 3-point line was implemented in the mid-70s, late 70s, I'm not sure. For the entire history of basketball, the 3-point shot by most coaches, the best coaches, including Bobby Knight, including, wow, how am I letting his name slip my tongue right now? John Wooden, including Red Auerbach. The 3-point shot has not been a great shot. It's been considered a low percentage shot, and early on in the days, a bad shot. And then for decades, that was still the case. All the way into the 2000s, three-pointers were looked at as a luxury, not really needed to win a basketball game. So my question is, how did in 5 to 10 years did the entire history of basketball, every single great coach that ever existed who would confirm for you those are not great shots, how suddenly they were all wrong? And what makes most sense now is to shoot 40 to 53, 63s a game. Like, how does that swing that way? Steph Curry? Is that really your only excuse? He evolutionized the game that much that we have to completely do away with the fundamentals of the sport? Yes, players today are more skilled at shooting the three because they practice it more. It does not make it a better shot. It is an incredible weapon. And when it's deployed, it's amazing. But look at the teams that are left in the playoffs. The Nuggets, OKC, the Knicks. Indiana's the best shooting three. The best shooting team left. They're now one of the favorites to win the whole thing. You gotta have variance to your game, motion, offense. See, Golden State and Curry duped everybody. They think that that's all they did. But if you watch Curry closely, the three for him is his biggest weapon. But certainly he plays all sorts of basketball. He runs around like Ray Allen, shoots a mid-range, gets a layup, passes it off, runs all around. Like, he plays good basketball. And then he has his incredible skill that nobody else has. Nobody. So stop trying to be him. You're not him. You're not Steph Curry. I told myself I wouldn't get angry. I'm a passionate person. What can I say? But I'm not angry because I think as a fan, you gotta really laugh at this loss because it's really, as a fan, I'm not associating with that kind of play. Just not doing it. I'm a Celtics fan, and that's not Celtics basketball. It just isn't. I mean, props goes to the Knicks for seizing on the opportunity. But let's not get it twisted. You lose one way, one time, okay. You lose the same exact way the second time, that's a you problem, bro. Derek White chucking up threes every chance. Derek White, I've seen you take it to the hole. You're 6'6", 6'7". You're the best defensive guard in the league. Do you have to shoot a three every single chance you get? There was one possession where they got 3 offensive rebounds and they shot 3 threes and missed all 3. And look, I get it. If you're shooting the 3 and you get up to 35 threes and you've made 20 of them, okay, well, keep free. It's on tonight. But if you get to 327 and you've only made 9 or something, like, is there not a coach on the bench that goes, hey, we're shooting at 20%? And the thing about the 3 is that it's a very kind of like a energy as far as energy goes, it's a lazy shot. So if you keep shooting them, your whole body language eventually just, oh, well, this is what we do. This is what we do. If you're not taking it to the hole, if you're not playing with force, it's not going to translate. And then the Knicks start winning all the hustle plays. All the 50-50 balls, they start winning them because you're energetically in this space where you just come down and shoot a 3. And they were not doing that in the first half. They were mixing it up. They were still shooting too many threes, in my opinion, because anytime they took it to the hole, good things happened. It's clear Porzingis is not himself, and it's even more clear how important he is to them because he takes them from a good team to a great team in the sense that, like, when he's right, they really play good basketball. Pick and roll, you cut, I pass, you roll, you pop, you move, pop, pop, pop to the rim, open 3, blah, blah, blah. He's really the hub of this, and it's very, very prevalent in the playoffs. In the regular season, they could get away with this stuff, but He's the key, and that was something I wanted to point out. Even if they won this game, I was going to talk about how key Porzingis is not only to the series but to the rest of the Celtics run. Karl Anthony Towns is getting the best of Horford. Horford clearly, he's aging. He's doing it so very gracefully, but you can't put that much on his back. And then Mazzulla, what are we doing? Not calling timeouts. Like, I get it. You're a UFC guy and, get off the mat. You got this. No, this is basketball. This is not the UFC, okay? In basketball, everyone's needed. The players, if they didn't need a coach, they wouldn't have hired you. You're a coach and you make millions of dollars for a reason. And you start calling timeouts. You don't try to let them play through it every time. Sometimes you got to check them. That's what basketball is, that kind of sport. It's not the UFC. So please, Joe, use your timeouts. As soon as that lead got down to 12, boom, sit them down. What the fuck are we doing? And that's the thing about Joe's thing. It's a good approach because it is definitely good for like these Gen Z type of generational players where you don't want to get too high or too low on them to affect their confidence. But you got to get on their ass sometimes, man. You got to come out on that press conference and say, I don't know what the fuck that was. I fucked up. They fucked up. We're better than this. You'll see a better effort on next game. Instead, he's at the conference being combative. Being combative. I don't know, man. Let me see if I'm missing out anything. I feel like Here's the last thing. I don't think anyone associated with the Celtics will ever see this. But pro tip, Celtics team players, your fan base loves grit. Your fan base loves hard nose. Your fan base loves diving on the floor, getting and ones, passing the ball, getting open layups, shooting tough mid-range jumpers and making them, getting the best shot, being protective of the ball, and fighting. This whole Celtics live by 3, die by 3, that's y'all. Y'all, we don't fuck with that. Most Celtics fans don't fuck with that. We almost like what the Knicks do better. Like, if Jason Tatum was doing what Jalen Brunson does, we'd be like, we love this team. This is going to the finals championship. Book it, book it, book it, book it. We don't like this shit that you guys are doing. You can hear it. Whenever they would go to the hole and get a good open layup, the crowd would roar. Like, roar. And then every time they shot a 3, you could feel the tension. I'm watching through the TV. I've been in that building multiple times. I'm watching through the TV. I could hear the tension on every 3 and every missed 3 and every missed 3. And now it's to the point that, like, they're so accustomed playing that way, they don't know what else to do. They don't know what else to do. I'm really leaning on this whole 3-point thing because I think it's at the core of all of the problems for the Celtics right now. Number one, it's coaching right now. Schematically, we just don't have enough plays when a game gets tight outside of our whole 3-point barrage thing, which works in the regular season when guys aren't actually trying and closing out. Number two, our stars they've lost their bag. I don't know where it's at. Jalen's hands have turned back to stone. Jason has completely lost his confidence, and I don't know what's happening with Porzingis. And the Knicks are playing hard. That's all I'm going to give them. I'm not going to give them anything else. They're playing hard. They're playing hard basketball. And that's why that's why the basketball gods have rewarded them. But then to lose on 2 consecutive steals by the same exact player, one night with your one star player, the next night with the other star player, it's like script. Look, I technically think they can do this. I think they can win 2 games in New York. I'm hoping for 1 and then come back for game 5 and win that one. I think they can do it, but this is dumb, bro. And I'm not really that mad. I'm not that upset. I live in New York. I'm going to wear my Celtics hat, and I'm going to give props to the Celtics, to the Knicks fans when I see them. Because, look, you got to just laugh at it because it's not You're up by 22 games in a row, bro. 2 games in a row. Yo no entiendo. Dime. All right, I'm going to end this on a positive note. The playoffs are so good this year. Oh, they're so good. They're so good. And you know what makes them even better? No LeBron. No LeBron. No LeBron. No whining and crying. No unclutch play, then blame the players and I don't have enough. Every series right now has been straight up money as far as like clutch play, players wanting the last shot. I love what Tyrese Halliburton did. I loved the one thing I'll say about, I'm going to switch over to him real quick because that was awesome. What I loved is when he grabbed that offensive rebound, he had the presence of mind to not rush a shot and try to get something in the lane, that crowded lane. He dribbled it out. So that shows a lot of in-game awareness and that his heart rate and his play slows down when things go up. And then they asked him and he's like, I'm not passing up that ball. Why would no one else is shooting that but me. God, if LeBron had a fourth of what Halliburton and Brunson have, he'd be the best player in the NBA. And if Jason Tatum developed that, you know, I think honestly, I think it's starting to be a regression. And the Mazzulla Ball, the 3-ball thing is ruining both Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They are taking a step back as far as their game goes. I wish they would watch guys like SGA, guys like tapes of Kobe, tapes of MJ, tapes of anyone else in the league right now. Steph Curry doesn't even play like that. He doesn't. He really doesn't. He makes his threes, but if it's not a great shot, if it's not a great Steph Curry shot, he's not taking it. He's in the lane, shooting floaters, shooting, his layup package is crazy, shooting little mid-rangers. He's doing everything. And that's what the Celtics, they turned into this like archers. They're all archers. They're all archers. A team of 5 archers. You need a fucking hammer. You need a fucking, excuse my language. You need you need different kind of weapons to win. Anyway, that's all I got. A special edition of the Back to the Game Sportscast live reaction. No edits. It's just going up. Fuck it. Can't believe it. I'm your boy, Samuel Maria. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Do you agree? Where did I miss? What am I missing? What am I like to notice the little things that no one else is talking about. Huh? So what am I missing? I think that's it. I think that about covers it. I want to keep this episode short for those of you who tuned in. I'm your boy, Samuel Maria. Thanks for tuning in. This is a Back to the Game Sportscast. Subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. I'm going to go be depressed for a couple of days until the next game. Go Celtics. Peace, y'all.